we're going to treat you, I'm going to treat you, beginning today, as intellectuals, doing the work of the university. Right? What's the work of the university? Well, it's the creation, dissemination, assessment, right, and application of knowledge. That's it. That's what we do. Yep, we also do education, right? But we do that in order to create, produce, disseminate, and apply knowledge, new knowledge, right? Think about how much money and time you're investing in your 4 years to be here. That investment, it's more than anybody else in this country is investing to come to university. So there's got to be some value to the work of creating, right, disseminating, applying, and assessing knowledge. If you think about how much money and energy the federal government is investing in your loans, if you think about how much money state governments are investing in state universities and colleges, like these great land-grant universities like the University of Minnesota and the University of Wisconsin, or the great University of California state universities. Our society must value the work that goes on here. Let me tell you, the work that goes on at universities is very different than the work that goes on in corporations. It's very different than the work that goes on in government. It's very different from the work that goes on in any other area of society. Why? Because at least a little bit, universities are insulated from the pressures of the marketplace. Our ideas do not have to pay off in money within a certain amount of time. This is a very special institution that you become part of. Our ideas don't have to be immediately practical. They do have to answer, right, some need in a society. Otherwise, the university dies, right? And you see it every once in a while, right? A university, for some reason, seems to be unable to connect to the environment in which it's part of, and it goes away bit by bit. And new forms of university, like online universities, like Phoenix University or something like that, will rise up, right, to meet different kinds of demands. That insulation of the university from the marketplace means that academics get to take much more time to think about questions, gets to argue about questions in a much more elaborated way, gets to look at things in a much more nuanced way, right, and gets to set the rules of its own engagement. That's what you've joined, right? That's what you're here to figure out how to do. And I'm going to invite you behind the scenes in how intellectuals do that work, okay? And if you, whenever you think, but this is not how I would write in a law office, or this is not how I would write in order to affect policy change, or this is not how I would write if I were a professional journalist. Yes, right, absolutely. You're writing as an intellectual. You're writing in this very privileged, special space that a society has created, right, for over 300 years now. Not just in the United States, but in other places, right? Societies that are at the forefront of the world market, of world politics, right, of world culture, have all deeply invested in universities. Right? So that's what we're here to do, right? Enable you to have the tools to go onto your classes, right, as sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and be ready to engage in the work of intellectual life.